Hey everybody, so I am about to go get a piercing. Hopefully I can get it done at this tattoo piercing place called Skincraft. I'm getting my Daith piercing and it is like this piece of skin. Kind of hard to see, but you'll see it when you get in there. But it's just like this piece of skin in my ear pierced, and I'm gonna have a video explaining why I'm getting this particular piercing. But I wanted to take you guys on a ride with me, on the experience with me on why I'm getting this piercing. So let's go. Yeah, let's go. All right, so I went to Skincraft and the wait time was kind of long, so I'm gonna go to the same spot where I got my tattoo, my finger tattoo. So we'll see how this goes. They may be holistic tattoo and piercing. So I gotta go through this back door and up some steps. Here I go. Oh, it's a whole lobby. Okay.
You okay with me recording?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Cool.
So we're gonna get a few things set up. We'll just start working on everything.
I guess I can sit on my
Place.
What side are you getting off? You know?
right side. Because my eyebrow ready to
Is one side work better than the other? You know?
do one side look better than the other?
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah, my eyebrow ring is on my left side, so I'm gonna get my Daith piercing on my right side. Right? Does it make sense? Don't want too much going on this side.
Alright, so we're gonna start real simple, just get placement and a little bit of preparation, okay?
Okay. You said I can keep my sunglasses on?
Didn't matter to me. Okay, just stay straight forward. Work slow.
How many of these piercings do you do?
It fluctuates. I had 1 month where I was doing like 10 a week, and right now I'm doing like 3 a week.
Really?
Yeah, it's always up and down.
Now, I'm doing this for migraine purposes.
Okay.
Have you had any testimonials?
I had people tell me 25%, 50%, 100%. It's always all over the place.
Okay. And right now you say you're just doing placement.
Oh yeah, we're just drawing a little bit of purple on you, nothing crazy. Purple's great because it lets us, see exactly where we're trying to pierce at for people.
Okay.
But it's also an antifungal, so it's like one of the 3 ways that we get you cleaned before we even pierce you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Is this gonna hurt?
It's a lot of pressure, just because it is the deepest part of the ear that we pierce.
Okay.
So a lot of times I've got to be like, pulling one part of your ear to one side just so I can get to the get to what we actually are trying to pierce.
Okay.
So that's usually the worst of it.
So it's just pressure?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
You're gonna sting?
I don't know. One way to find out.
Oh my God.
The healing time I saw was about 4 to 8 months.
You said what?
The healing time was like 4 to 8 months.
Okay.
I think that was right. No, or is it 2 to 4 months?
6 to 9.
6 to 9 months?
6 to 9. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
6 to 9 months. Damn migraines.
I know, right? That's just cartilage piercings in general, though. Anything that's super dense takes a long time to heal. Because the blood flow isn't as good.
Yeah, so it's not a lot of blood, but that also means it takes a long time to heal.
Yeah, exactly. So, what do you know about these things? Not too much. They're the coolest ear piercing you can get. They're next to impossible to mess up. And it's probably the most comfortable thing I've ever seen people heal with their ear ever. So the 6 to 9 months is going to be a cakewalk. It's not like 6 to 9 months of, oh damn, oh shit, oh this, oh that. You know, it's like,
keloid or anything?
not typically, not unless it's in your genetics. Keloiding only occurs in like a genetic state. Like if your DNA has that in its makeup, like in the equation, yes, you will keloid. But if that shit don't exist, it don't exist, you know, which is nice. Unfortunately for the people that have it, no one can do anything on it. Medicine, not anything. It's like, if it's in your coding, it's in your coding.
Yeah, I don't keloid.
Good. Well, shit, you're solid. I ain't worried. Fair enough, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, that's one of my favorite things to let people know about is that keloiding is not something that we can create. No matter how bad of a piercer, no matter how bad of a piercing collector, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not in your genes or your genetics. It ain't ever touching you, which is nice.
Yep. Thank you. How many piercings do you have?
Me? I've got a bunch. I just don't ever wear anything anymore. I've had, I've been getting pierced for so many years, and I wore them all for so many years. Mm-hmm. Being a piercer, I also developed a really horribly good taste in jewelry. So, like, I started only wanting to buy, like, 14s.
Right.
All right, so I'm actually going to have you lay down for this, just so I can see your ear in the light, and I can work on a straight line that way. So if you lay back, I'll give you leg room and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
You sure I don't need to take off my glasses?
Maybe when I start pulling on your ear, if your glass arm is in the way, I'll have you pop them off, but...
Well, these kind of expensive, so I'm going to take them off.
Oh, okay, there you go. See, after that conversation we just had, huh?
Yep.
Also, sunglasses. I cannot buy nice sunglasses.
Oh my God.
You know what happened to the last pair of nice sunglasses that I bought? I cracked them in half while they were still on my face.
Yeah, you can tell.
I don't want to mess up the video.
No, it's okay. It's totally
Yeah,
fine.
I mess up glasses all the time. All the time. I was about to show you these are my Prada ones. They're like $400. I scratched the hell out of them.
You see that?
Yeah, man.
Dude.
I broke all the things off of them.
Oh yeah, easily.
So I don't want to baby anything, you know?
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I remember the first time my wife caught me in the garage working on my project bike and I had my wedding band still on my finger. I never saw that woman be so conflicted on how she wanted to tear my ass up. Because she was like, why are you? But you kept it on, but you didn't. Ooh, I'm going to talk to you later. And then
Right.
I was like, I'm sorry, because I'm confused on so many levels. Like, you were so mad and impressed at the same time.
Right. I'm nervous.
That's all right. That's all right. This
This
piercing,
is gonna be tugging and shit.
this piercing always reminds me of the same like nervousness that people get when they get septum piercings or tongue piercings. Because think about it, those are the piercings that are kind of like tucked away, they're sort of hidden.
Yeah.
So they kind of give you a little bit more of that like piercing anxiety because you're like, I can't just see it, I can't just.
See, my eyebrow was quick.
Like, the eyebrow's not one of those. Eyebrows like something you can grab tangibly very easily. But with a tongue piercing, it's like your tongue inside your mouth. Septum piercing, it's up inside your nose. Daith piercing, Daith piercing, however you want to pronounce it, it's inside the ear, So it gives it a little bit more of a, oh, what's that?
I am freaked out. Okay.
So we're just getting you nice and cleaned up right now.
Okay. Oh God. I'm just scared it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, it's always momentary though, even if it does.
It's gonna hurt just for a moment.
Did you pick out an earring?
Yeah, it's just a normal.
We just want classic setup.
Yeah. Just take it just for a moment.
Take what?
Say, just take it just for a moment.
All right, let's actually
You're
go
gonna
ahead.
numb me or nothing.
Let's have you turn your face down more for me so I can see your ear better. Thank you so much. All right. So what I'm putting in your ear right now is not the needle. So hang tight. Don't get too much anxiety on me.
See, some people's areas more revealed than mine is kind of tight.
It is a small little area, but we're gonna get it done just right.
Okay.
Perfect.
Did you want like a smaller earring?
I don't think he has a smaller earring.
Yeah, anything smaller?
Well, it's not about what you want right now. It's about what I have to give you to make sure you can get this safely done and heal it properly and not like end up with it digging into the cartilage while it's swelling over those like next couple of months, you know? So what I'm hooking you up with is a standard piece of Daith or Daith jewelry that I use on everybody. Like nobody, if like the only way you not get this is if you get the black version or like a super fancy version. That's the only way we change it up. Otherwise, this is the safest way to do it.
How much is the black version? Yeah. How much is the black version?
Oh, it's the same price.
Do you want black?
Y'all got black?
I have a shiny black, yeah.
Let me see the
He didn't
shiny
show you
black.
that shit up front?
No, he didn't show me that shit.
Oh, somebody about to
God
get
damn it.
fired.
Hey,
Hold
can
on.
you come show our black ring? I'm not geek loving.
Yeah.
I'm already like about to pierce her, so.
Yeah, I'm glad to ask.
Dallas,
What?
can you come grab a black niobium ring?
Yeah.
If you have it, 14 gauge 7/16. We might not have it in your size. So.
We got it.
He got it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I know stuff.
You know.
I know stuff.
That's all we have.
Well, that one, you know what we can do? We can always switch you to the black when it's healed, and if you want to go with something smaller, tighter, thinner, we can hook you up with a black ring that you'll want to wear for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
But this is
Black
a good one to just go with. It's a nice black, too.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to get everything lined up, and we're going to get this over with, okay?
Ooh, okay.
Cool. Turn it over a little bit more. Thank you so much.
Breathe in and breathe out.
Let me know when you're going in, please.
Of course. Okay, nice big deep breath in. And let it out real slow, okay?
Whoa! Ah! Oh, it's in, ain't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's in?
Got the piercing through.
All right, there we go. That wasn't too bad.
And the hardest part with ears like yours is just making sure I don't give you a second piercing for free.
Okay. Alright. Is the hard part over?
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part?
I don't think you're quite grasping the concept of like what piercing was really like, even though you've already been pierced.
Oh, God.
Hey, you
That
want to know
was fun.
something funny about when people videotape?
What's
This
up?
type of shit always happens, but it doesn't happen if you ain't videoing it.
I'm not videoing.
Every time.
That counter? Don't pay attention to that. It's all fake.
Yeah, it's always funny. I love that. Cool. Hang tight. You got a little messy on me, like I said.
I was bleeding?
This is the curse of the camera every single time.
What's the curse of the camera?
If there is something that doesn't normally happen, it will happen.
Oh,
So you know what I'm going to tell you though. This is the better of the list of things.
what happened? Okay, this
Nothing is just blood.
No, you're just bleeding like I did just fucking stab you. Sorry to curse on your camera, but you know it's like
It's all right.
when they don't bleed, it's more impressive.
Oh, okay.
But obviously, like the reality is this is what it normally would be like.
Oh,
But
that it doesn't bleed?
Yeah, I mean, like when you pierce somebody, you think it's gonna bleed. So when you don't bleed, it's just an incredible, just blessing, I guess you can even say.
I see.
However, when people do bleed on me when I pierce them, I'm like, well, that's, should be expected. It's when they don't bleed, I'm like, oh, damn, go me, Cool. So for the most part, we are done. Just hang tight. I want to make sure you're absolutely cleaned up all the way. Checking my gloves.
Okay. How How it look?
It's done.
Does it look? It look gross.
No, I don't know this.
Okay.
It's big, but it has to be.
Oh, okay.
How long is that actually we're gonna have to stay in the whole time?
Could be a couple months, could be a few months. I mean, every person responds differently with stuff. So, like I was saying, this is one of the easier of the cartilage piercings that you can get done. So I'm hoping that you are blessed with only a couple months of rocking the large one.
Okay.
But if it has to be longer, it has to be longer, you know?
Okay. I also need to get an earring for my piercing on my ear.
Which piercing?
Here.
You got something up there?
Yeah.
Looks super good, sitting in your ear just like I like them.
Okay. Is it
So-
bleeding bad?
No,
It's
it
not
just
bleeding.
some blood, like nothing crazy at all.
Okay.
I was just making the comment because I was like, I needed y'all to know the irony on that shit. Because like it always is like that. I've watched piercers like full blown fumble before because the camera was on. It's actually why a lot of places won't actually allow videoing.
That's funny.
Oh, I can kind of see my reflection
You
in
can go
the.
ahead and sit up your own.
Okay.
Hang
Thank you,
tight.
sir.
Intimidating before it gets put in, but once I've even put it in people's ears, even on someone with petite ears like yours, it's still to me. I still think it looks great.
Yeah. It looks,
Like I will always make it smaller for people if they want later when it's healed, but I always hope they enjoy the size more as they have it and they don't change it because it looks better in my opinion. It's also easier to work with.
yes, it looks really nice. I really like it.
Good,
So I have
good.
some questions.
And you like that little one too?
Oh,
Isn't that
yeah.
little thing cute? See, and that's to show you what I mean when I'm like, listen, I'm only giving you such big jewelry because it's safer. It's like, because otherwise, I am not scared to put some tiny ass shit in people's ears, but I gotta know that it's not gonna hurt you.
Right.
That's my biggest thing, so.
I love it. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. What's your questions? What's up?
All right, so cleaning and earphones and washing my hair and all that stuff.
Wash your hair, please. Showers are your number one best friend when it comes to healing and piercing. Well, that and sleep and hydration. Those are your three best things.
Okay.
Wash your hair like you normally would. Don't put anything specifically on the piercing unless there's a reason to, you know. So plain hot water, stay hydrated, don't pick at it, don't turn it, don't do anything really. Products to use on the piercing that are acceptable are going to be plain Castile soaps, such as Dr. Bronner's brand. Dial soap is okay to use, it's not the best. And saline solution is absolutely wonderful if you can spray some in there, but no Q-tips, no cotton balls, no gauze, no none of that stuff. But for the most part, my best advice is to leave it alone. Shower daily, drink water, take vitamins, eat some good meals. Don't do anything. If something gets weird, call me, come see me. The only way stuff gets weird though is that if you're poking at it a lot, you get hit in it, you go on a month-long camping trip and don't shower, things like that. Swimming in lakes, rivers, pools, ocean is all cool. It's not a good idea, but it's not the end of the world. Make sure you've got some plain bottled purified water to flush the piercing out with if you do go in that water. Otherwise though, don't change anything. This is a piercing. You got a piercing. It's go live your life, have fun, play, do everything you want to do, but just be aware of what you're introducing to something that's brand new, because the piercing, it's fresh, it's open tissue, that's why the rules are a little bit different, but it's not a dirty piercing. So don't think about what can I clean it with, what can I clean it with, what can I clean it with. Think about what can you do to nurture it, what can you do to comfort it, soothe it, like cleaning it only gonna piss it off more half the time.
Okay.
So just take a step back, enjoy it, take showers like normal, call me if something gets strange.
Okay.
More often than not, it really doesn't.
All right.
Fair enough?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
No,
Okay.
I just gotta be careful with the chlorine pool that we have.
Yeah, but do it. Get in, have fun, enjoy yourself. Just when you get out of the water, if you're going under, flush it out, just use some plain water, no big deal.
All right, and I have hair products that I use just to make sure.
Just be careful, cover that ear if you're spraying of
Okay.
anything.
Okay.
Earbuds, obviously be very, very
Careful.
eerie. Yeah.
Okay, and I have a headset with, but I can use the one that buffers my ear
Cool.
instead of
give it a try. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But you know, give it a shot. With that piercing being on the inside, usually makes, like I said beforehand, I was like, it makes life a lot easier. But it makes it. That's how you know it's gonna be more difficult for us to do it for you. Is that everything else about it is easy. No, it's an absolute pleasure. Thanks for hanging out with me, man.
If I have any other questions, I'll be trying.
Yeah, give us a call, please.
Thanks, bro.
She needs you.